All right, let's see what you got, my man.
Sure. Don't look at the clock, it's deceiving. Everything you are so dependent on perceiving the future.
From the outside, this building may look boring, but there's actually something pretty cool inside. Burns Logistics, a shipping logistics company based in El Segundo, California, where customs broker Christy Pratt works tirelessly to help her clients export their products all around the world. But sending goods across international borders can be expensive because of import taxes known as tariffs.
Every product has a different duty rate. It could be from free to 35%.
But when I learned she was working with an exporter of smoke detectors, it gave me an idea that could save her client millions and make Christy the hottest shipping broker in town. Just looking it up on my phone, it seems like there's a pretty high tariff for smoke detectors in a lot of countries.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of countries charge high duty rates on smoke detectors. You know, it is what it is. I mean, you're not going to get around it.
Well, not so fast. Unlike smoke detectors, musical instruments ship duty-free to most countries. So if Christy were able to convince customs that the noise from her smoke alarms was actually intended to make music, the savings for her clients would be astronomical. The plan? Ship smoke detectors tax-free by rebranding them as musical instruments.
Well,
I mean, technically anything that makes a noise can be a musical instrument, right?
you know, if you can convince customs, go for it.
Why are you so pessimistic?
Because I've worked in this business a long time. I know what customs is going to say.
You know I went to business school, right?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I don't know you.
Oh, okay. I did go to business school.
All right, well.
Oh, are you done your sentence?
I'm done.
Okay. You said all right, well, and I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
Oh, okay. Christy was skeptical, but I was determined to prove her wrong. So I began the process of designing new packaging for the smoke detector to rebrand it as a musical instrument. I then hired local blues legend Harmonica Greg to help me create an instructional DVD that would be included in every box.
Your instrument is pre-tuned to F sharp, and you don't want to mess around with that.
With our DVD and rebranded packaging complete, I was hopeful this would be enough for customs to believe it was a real instrument. But since tariff laws are incredibly complex, before moving forward, I brought my product to retired California Judge Anthony Filosa to be sure I was meeting all the requirements.
That's a smoke detector.
Right, but it's rebranded as a musical instrument.
And of course, you're doing that for what reason? To
avoid the tariffs. After telling Judge Filosa my plan, he read over the tariff laws and told me that my work was far from done.
You've got to prove to the satisfaction of a court that this particular thing is accepted by the general public as a musical instrument.
Okay.
This label proves nothing.
So how would you make it accepted by the public?
If it's used in a song that people really not recognize. It's the number one record, or, you know, one of these singers.
I knew that rebranding a smoke detector would be tough, but I never thought I'd have to create a hit song using one of the worst noises imaginable. And if I was going to do this, I'd need some serious musical talent. So I put up some flyers announcing open auditions for a new band. And later that week, posing as a big-time record producer, I opened my doors to the best of what LA had to offer. All right, let's see what you got, my man.
Sure. Don't look at the clock, it's deceiving. Everything you are so dependent on perceiving the future. Fickle notions of your mind, us creatures of this earth, always contemplating time to a saddening extreme. Many of us travel, sheep without shepherds and none prepared for battle unravel.
The turnout was better than I expected, and it was clear right away I was drowning in talent.
Arise, the time is now!
So after auditioning a drummer named Chris who could really pound the skins, and Yanni, a physically attractive singer who had the right kind of ambition.
I mean, on a wider perspective, like, I want the whole world to hear what I have to say.
My band was starting to take shape.
This is freedom to me.
But I still needed to figure out which musician was best suited to playing the smoke detector. So I organized the band's first rehearsal, and after watching them jam, it quickly became clear that the standout talent was Eddie. He was not only the best musician, but also the best showman. If anyone could make the smoke detector work, it was him. So after rehearsal was over, I kept Eddie behind to show him his new instrument.
I can sing, I can play the drums. This is not an instrument.
It is. It's a blues smoke detector.
No, no.
This is going to be the thing that separates us from any other band.
Okay.
And that means the guy who plays it is going to be the most famous. You want to be famous, don't you?
Maybe.